Okay, let's just jump right in with a big question. What if our entire modern approach to health and medicine is built on a flawed foundation? We're about to dive into a book that presents a radical rethink, suggesting we might be looking at the whole picture all wrong.
So here's the question that kicks this whole thing off. Is our super modern, super scientific approach to health actually flawed at its core? I mean, that's a huge thing to ask, right? But it's the foundation for everything we're going to unpack.
And this quote from John von Neumann really sets the stage. The sciences mainly make models. Think about that for a second. The book's author, Dr. B.M. Hegde, argues that while modern medicine is absolutely brilliant at making these models, neat charts, statistics, putting everything into categories, those very models might be missing the messy, beautiful, unpredictable reality of the human body.
Which leads us straight to the first big idea, what the book calls medicine's blind spot. Think about it. We have a doctor for our heart, a different one for our kidneys, another one for our skin. We've sliced up the human body into all these little specialties. And the argument here is that in doing that, we've kind of lost the plot. We've forgotten how to see the whole person. We're so busy fixing the individual parts that we've lost the wisdom of how they all work together.
Okay, get ready for this next one, because it's a really radical idea. It challenges our deep-seated need to be in control of everything. What if health is just a game of chance?
Yeah, I know. Just let that sink in for a minute. We're told our whole lives, eat right, exercise, know your genetics, and you'll be healthy. But this perspective suggests that the single biggest factor is simply chance. Now, that's not to say lifestyle doesn't matter at all, but that our bodies exist in a state of randomness we just can't completely control. The scientific term for this is chaos. And, when we hear the word chaos, we think disaster, a total mess. But in science, that's not what it means. A chaotic system is actually super resilient. It's dynamic, it adapts. And here's the mind-blowing part. Health is that state of unpredictable balance. Illness, on the other hand, is when the body gets stuck, when it becomes too static and predictable.
So you can see the problem, right? Medicine often treats the body like a simple machine, a linear system. You put in A and you get out B. But our bodies are chaotic systems. That means a tiny input, something you eat, a stressful thought, can have a massive, totally unpredictable ripple effect. And that's why those simple, if you do this, you'll get that, health predictions so often fall flat.
And this diagram really drives the point home. Look at this web. You've got all the things we think about, our environment, the food we eat, the healthcare we get. But what's right there, smack in the middle, touching everything? Chance. It's that unpredictable wild card at the very heart of it all.
This brings us to another piece of conventional wisdom that this book just loves to poke holes in. Health versus physical fitness. We use those words interchangeably all the time, but are they actually the same thing?
A really sharp line is drawn between these two ideas. Physical fitness, that's your body's ability to perform a task, run a mile, lift a weight. But health? Oh, health is the whole shebang. It's your mind, your creativity, your sense of purpose. An Olympic athlete might be incredibly fit, but that doesn't automatically make them healthy in this broader, more holistic sense.
And this is where things can get a little dangerous. We're talking about the power of a medical label. The argument is that sometimes just telling someone they have a condition like hypertension can cause more harm than the condition itself, simply because of the stress and anxiety it creates. This cartoon perfectly captures that negative cycle. So a person goes to a screening camp, they get labeled with high blood pressure. That label creates worry. They start thinking about it, feeling anxious, which can lead to them missing work, and eventually landing them in a hospital bed, not from the condition itself, but from the fear created by the label.
So, if we can't just trust external labels, what's the alternative? Well, the answer proposed is to turn inward and learn to listen to our body's secret language.
You know that nagging fatigue, or that little ache, or just a general sense of unease? That's your body talking to you. It has its own intelligence department. We've often been taught to just ignore that body language and wait for a doctor's report. But heeding these early warnings is presented as a vital skill for staying healthy.
And this flowchart really spells it out, doesn't it? It shows how absolutely central our inner state is. Look at the two paths. At the top, a sound, happy mind leads to no disease. But at the bottom, an unhappy, unsound mind is shown as a direct path to disease. The body's language really does reflect our mental state.
And this isn't just pop psychology. Drawing on Ayurvedic wisdom, this perspective positions emotional habits as actual, concrete ingredients for physical health. Things like forgiveness and equanimity aren't just nice ideas.
They are physiological states that promote well-being.
So what does this all mean in practice? What does it actually look like in our day-to-day lives? Let's look at the art of holistic living.
Let's start with exercise. This cartoon captures a pretty contrarian view, that intense, strenuous exercise can actually be dangerous. The book even cites studies suggesting higher death rates in vigorous exercisers compared to their more sedentary counterparts. Kinda turns things on their head.
Now, the alternative isn't laziness. Not at all. It's gentle, integrated movement. It's choosing the stairs over the elevator. It's walking over to a colleague's desk instead of calling. It's doing household work manually. The idea is to make movement a natural part of your day, not some punishing event you have to schedule.
The advice on diet is just as simple and timeless. Forget complex fads. The book champions this age-old wisdom. Front-load your calories. A large breakfast gives you energy for the day, while a very light supper allows your body to rest and repair overnight. Simple as that.
And these 8 secrets from Ayurveda bring it all together beautifully. Health isn't just one thing, but a complete way of being. Yeah, moderation in food is on there, but also working hard, staying calm and honest, and having the courage to forgive. It's the whole package.
This all leaves us with a final thought to chew on. We spend so much time searching for answers and scans, tests, and pills. But what if the most powerful medicine, the ultimate key to health, isn't out there in a lab, but is simply in the wisdom of how we choose to live each and every day?